we go. Hello? Hello? Kingsley has let me do this bit. Okay, the introduction. Clear me throat. Right then, let's go. YouTube has become somewhat of a haven for adventurers to share their stories and the strange things they might find. Ooh, wow. Okay, I'll get on with it. Most of the time, these sorts of YouTube channels and content creators are harmless entertainment. But other times, these adventures can turn deadly or just plain weird. I'm Toby. You're watching Kingsley TV. Let's look into the strange disappearance of Kenny Veach. I'll just press this button to bring the chair down now. Bye! Ooh! Ooh! 47-year-old Kenny Veach was better known by his fans by his YouTube name, 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲-𝐓𝐕. Kenny's YouTube channel is all about desert exploration and the supernatural edge that areas like the Mojave Desert always seem to hold. During one video, Kenny searches for a cave that he had found earlier on a previous hike. A cave that made him nervous and seemed to make his whole body vibrate. Not long after this exploration started, Kenny Veach disappeared. Was the YouTuber's disappearance just another case, of a hiker getting lost in the punishing desert? Or was there something more paranormal going on? The first mention of Kenny's mysterious cave wasn't on his own YouTube channel, but instead as a comment on someone else's video. The video was titled, "The Son of an Area 51 Technician" by YouTube channel Serious Disclosure. Comment that Kenny Veach left on this person's YouTube video called "The Son of an Area 51 Technician." It said the following, and I quote, "I am a long-distance hiker. One time during one of my hikes out by Nellis Air Force Base, I found a hidden cave. The entrance to the cave was shaped like a perfect capital M. I always enter every cave I find, but as I began to enter this particular cave, my whole body began to vibrate. I became very scared and hightailed it out of there. That was one of the most strangest things that's ever happened to me." End quote. Oh, and he signs it at the bottom, Kenny Veach, Snake Bit McGee. Even though it was simply a comment, Kenny's words sparked curiosity and caused his fans to ask him to search for the hidden cave. The cave that was dubbed the M Cave by Kenny Veach and his followers hadn't been featured yet in any of Kenny's own videos. But that would soon change. Armed with a 9mm pistol and a video camera, Kenny set out to search for the 𝐊𝐤𝐲 once more. Even though it had terrified him greatly the first time around, the insistence of his fans and his sense of adventure overcame that fear. During this exploration, however, Kenny didn't find the 𝐊𝐤𝐲, but he posted the recordings of his hike anyway for his fans to see. More than that, the video didn't seem to give any hope that the 𝐊𝐤𝐲 would be found anytime soon, and Kenny's fans weren't thrilled. Even though some of Kenny's fans weren't thrilled that he couldn't find the 𝐊𝐤𝐲, other fans though tried to discourage Kenny from trying again. His story about the dread the cave inspired and the vibration that it put off gave people a bad feeling, and no one wanted Kenny to get hurt. On one of Kenny's videos, someone though would leave a comment. This person called 𝐊𝐤𝐲𝐬𝐕, and he pleaded by saying, and I quote, "No, don't go back there. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in. If you do, you won't get out." End quote. Now, apparently Kenny did reply to this asking what this person meant. But 𝐊𝐤𝐲𝐬𝐕, his YouTube account had now been deleted. It's as if he deleted it right after leaving that comment. So, I mean, Kenny didn't heed this advice, and looking back, it's upsetting to see how many people tried to warn Kenny of the danger. Still, he wanted to find the 𝐊𝐤𝐲 just as badly as everyone else. And this exploration wouldn't be his last search. However, it would be Kenny Veach's last video. Let's take a look into the events leading up to Kenny Veach's disappearance. On November 10th, 2014, Kenny told his family that he was going on an overnight trip to the Mojave Desert in Nevada, USA. Now, just keep in mind, this isn't that far from the infamous Area 51. Now, searching for ancient caves and abandoned mine shafts would be dangerous anywhere. But in the Mojave Desert, such explorations could quickly become a death sentence. The Mojave Desert is the hottest, driest place in North America. In the part of Mojave Desert known as Death Valley, temperatures have been recorded as high as 134 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 58 degrees Celsius. So death from exposure and dehydration can occur, in a matter of just a few hours. So this place, it's not for beginner hikers. Bear that in mind. Unless you go with someone who was an expert hiker like Kenny. He was very experienced in this kind of stuff. So, like I said, Kenny was an expert hiker. And he was experienced with hiking in these sorts of conditions. So when Kenny left to go to the Mojave Desert, no one was too concerned. What they didn't know is that Kenny left his video camera behind. Whatever he was doing out in the Mojave Desert that day wasn't going to be for his YouTube channel. When Kenny didn't return from his hike, his girlfriend filed a missing persons report, and then the waiting began. Now, in Kenny's last video, he began his search for the M Cave in front of an abandoned mine shaft on Sheep Mountain. So that's where Red Rock Search and Rescue began their search for Kenny. Now, you'll see this abandoned mine shaft in the image next to me in a minute. Hang on. I think it's after this one. Or after this one. There we go. That's it. You'll probably be able to find it on Google Earth anyway. But that's where Red Rock Search and Rescue began their search for Kenny Veach. So it was a good start. They found Kenny's cell phone and his vehicle nearby. It was a promising start, but ultimately nothing else was found. And to searchers and YouTube fans, it seemed that Kenny Veach had just disappeared into thin air. Hello? I'm sorry for disturbing you in your video, but please can you subscribe to Kingsley TV, please? We would be ever so grateful. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your video. Kenny Veach and his disappearance while searching for the M Cave is a situation tailor-made to spawn conspiracy theories. The unsettling origin story Kenny gave of the cave meant that his disappearance would be linked to it, even if the hypothetical M Cave played no part in Kenny's disappearance. Ideas such as the cave itself being responsible for Kenny's disappearance, or the fact that Kenny had just simply found some government secrets within the cave and was silenced, if you know what I mean. Kenny's phone was found outside of the Sheep Mountain mine shaft. His car would also be found. It was about a 4-hour hike away from where the phone was found. The truth is that it's highly unlikely that the M Cave killed Kenny. Instead, the explanation is probably much more mundane and sad. One possibility is that Kenny Veach was killed during an accident while he was hiking. As we discussed before, the Mojave Desert is a deadly place. I mean, very deadly. And exploring things like abandoned mine shafts makes it even more so. Even someone experienced like Kenny could have an accident and maybe even perish from it. But there is one more theory. Kenny's girlfriend, 𝐊𝐢𝐲𝐓𝐕 Pilgrim, posted a comment on Kenny's initial M Cave hike video, providing a heartbreaking explanation for why Kenny is still missing. She wrote, and I quote, "I believe he committed suicide. He battled depression for many years and would not take medication or see a doctor. He quit his job a little more than a year before he disappeared. One helicopter flyover was done and there was no trace of Kenny or any of his camping things. They found his car in the area I told them it would be. They did find his cell phone by the mine shaft in the video, and the mine shaft was only about a 4-hour hike from Kenny's car. It is my feeling he left it behind so that he could not be tracked from the GPS in it. He also did not take his video camera with him on this solo hike. It was left in his home. She then goes on to say, so he had no intention of filming anything. End quote. 𝐊𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲-𝐓𝐕's comment is the best lead we have in Kenny's disappearance. Even if her story is an ending that no one wants to hear, as tempting as it is to believe that Kenny's disappearance occurred because he discovered the creepy M cave, it's more than likely not the case. Years later, his body has still not been recovered. So even if the M cave isn't real, Kenny has left one last mystery behind. Hopefully he can soon be found, and that his family can find the closure that they deserve. There's a few more things I want to tell you about this case, including 2 updates. One update is a few years old, and another update, I believe, is a recent update from, I think, probably a few weeks ago. But I'll get to them in a minute. Now, Kenny Veach's girlfriend did say that Kenny had told her once that if he wanted to take his own life out in the Mojave Desert, he would be able to, and no one would ever find his body. Why would he say that? I mean, it just doesn't sit right with me, that. I mean, Kenny, like I said, he was an expert outdoorsman. And Kenny had also said in one of his previous videos before his disappearance that he could easily live out in anywhere like the Mojave Desert and he'd be fine. He was really that good of a hiker, an expert outdoorsman. I mean, he knew how to survive, how to keep warm. He knew the dangers out there to be careful of, like poisonous snakes and I suppose even poisonous spiders. He also knew certain food sources, such as pine nuts. Now, pine nuts, Kenny, in one of his videos, he talks about this, and he's picking the pine nuts off the ground, which can be found in places like the Mojave Desert. And he was eating them, and he was filling his pockets. And pine nuts are a good food ration. But if you find them out there, and you know what they look like and that, then yeah, gather as many as you can, because you don't know if you will need that food source in some sort of emergency. So, before we get to the CCTV footage, I just want to show you a couple of photos. Now, this is Kenny by that mine shaft. This is where they found his cell phone. I'm not sure if the cell phone was in the gravel or if it was on those wooden planks, you know, where the ladder's going down into the opening. But yeah, that's where his cell phone was found. Toby, what you doing? Can you hear that tapping? Or it could be a ghost, because Kingsley Castle, it's very haunted. Toby? Yeah, can't hear me. Anyway, yeah. So, you're probably wondering if people have been down that mine shaft to look for, you know, Kenny's body. And the answer is yes. And people have been down there and not found nothing. And that's because, to my knowledge, that mine shaft has caved in. So it only goes down about 10 to 15 feet. And that's it. So if Kenny's body was down there at the time when they were searching for him, they would be able to see him by looking down that opening where the ladder's going down. And you'd most likely smell the decomposition of Kenny's body as well, which wouldn't smell nice. But yeah, anyway, his body's not down there. If you're ever in that area there and you visit this area, do not go down that mine shaft. I mean, look at that ladder. I mean, fragile as anything. There's hardly any steps on it, look. So the last thing I want is for you to try and go down there and one of those breaks, or you fall down and break a leg and you can't get back out. And if you're on your own, you'll be buggered. So I advise you not to go down there, okay? Just so you know. But this screenshot here is actually from one of Kenny's videos that led up to his disappearance. You can go to his YouTube channel, 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲-𝐓𝐕. I'll put a link to it in the comments section down below, okay? And you can watch his videos, the very videos leading up to his bizarre disappearance. And in the videos as well, Kenny doesn't seem depressed, he seems happy. It's probably because if you suffer with things like depression, then being out in the open somewhere as beautiful as that, you'd feel free. And I can see it making you feel a bit better. Perhaps than, you know, the Mojave Desert, you know, Nevada. Perhaps that was Kenny's happy place. But, yeah, go to his YouTube channel, 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲, and you'll be able to watch his videos. I highly recommend you do as well, because it gives you an insight of the type of person Kenny was. And he was a very good man. He had a gold heart, a gold soul. You know, he was just really liked by so many. And you'll see that in these videos. And you could also tell as well in these videos how happy he was being out there. But I mean, yeah. So I'm going to show you a close-up picture now of Kenny. You seen them in the video earlier, but this is going to be a bit more of a close-up version of Kenny's face. Is that a witchetty grub or something? You know, those grubs that people eat. But yeah, I mean, you can tell that's in the Nevada desert. I assume, anyway. Look, all deserts look the bloody same. I mean, I don't know what that is behind him. Let me just highlight this. Yeah, you know this, this, is that a stone pillar or something? A rock? I mean, it looks too straight. Odd. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. When I show you the CCTV footage, look at that person's hair, because it is basically identical to Kenny's. Doesn't necessarily mean it is Kenny, but if you see here, you can see where Kenny's receding. his hair, and his hair on the side sticks out, and then you've got the hair, you know, that comes down a bit, you know, like, oh bloody hell, I don't use this part much on the videos. Yeah, so his hair sort of comes down, and it matches the person in the video. It looks like Kenny, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it is him. But if it was him, what was he doing? He'd been missing for a couple of years at that time. I think he was missing for a couple of years at that time, yeah. So, had he broke into steal supplies? I don't know. I mean, I think we all hope he is alive and well still. I mean, he was in debt. Like we said, he did suffer with depression. And the debt was one thing we forgot to bring up as well. Oh, pardon me. Bit of wind. Yeah. So, he was in a bad place, obviously. Which is a shame. You know, it's a shame for anyone going through depression. I don't. I'm a red panda bear, so I don't have depression. But yeah, let's click play. Oh, that's a mine shaft. Oh, get rid of that. That's Kenny talking. Here is, as well, you probably know anyway, but here is Area 51. This is where apparently they have alien technology, dead aliens, alive aliens, crashed UFOs. And I believe it to be true. I mean, a lot of people say there's no such things as aliens and life out there. You've got to be very ignorant to think that. Because there are billions of galaxies. And each galaxy has billions of planets. So, our planet Earth is not going to be the only planet with life on. I mean, it's just common sense. Isn't it? I mean, weird. But yeah, I mean, I love Area 51. This is like a bird's eye view. You're not allowed to go into Area 51, obviously. But I did see a video a few years ago of these two elderly ladies. They must have been in their mid to late 70s. And they'd gone for a drive. And obviously they didn't realise. And the sign where it says, do not go beyond this point. Well, they ignored it and carried on. And, I mean, they were literally heading directly for Area 51, the base itself. And obviously the security, also known as the camo dudes, they stopped them and was pointing rifles at these old ladies. But obviously the security obviously let them off because it's obviously a mistake on the two elderly ladies. And I think that the camo dudes, one of them, you could see one of them like laughing a bit, you know. I'm sure it's been a couple of years since I've seen it, and you probably have to find it. Two old ladies go into Area 51 or type something like that on YouTube, and you know, you might find it. It's been probably been about 5 or 6 years since I've seen that, so... So yeah, that's Area 51 there. And Kenny's talking in the videos here. It's hard to believe that this was leading up to his disappearance. I wonder. Nah, it's just coincidental. No. Kenny's t-shirt, look. That's Venice Beach, California. Nah. No, it's alright, ignore me. I'm just thinking, is it possible he may have... If he knew his way around this desert, and I mean, it's a huge piece of land, obviously. Miles and miles and miles and miles. But has he gone to Venice Beach to live under a different identity? I don't know. I mean, if he's in debt... Nah, I think I'm just being a bit paranoid looking into this too much. But you never know. Go to the next photo then of Kenny. I don't think that'll be Area 51. Well, Area 51. The M cave. Oh, by the way, bit of a bonus for you. Someone took a photo of the M cave. Not Kenny, but someone looking for it. And they believe it is the M cave. And in the photo, I'll show you the photo. In the photo, the entrance is a perfect M. I mean, literally a perfect capital M. Described, you know, how Kenny described it. And another thing about that as well. There was a hole, a small round hole. Probably big enough for you to put your finger in. Oh no, that... Oh, God. Toby. Yeah, I know. Making a noise. I'm recording. Talking to me peeps. Yeah. And this hole... and got Toby. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, this hole, it sounds so wrong, but it's big enough for you to put your finger in it. And this footage actually is on YouTube. That this person filmed it. It looks like someone or something. It sounds really bad. It looks like there's someone looking through this hole. Oh dear, no, it's not a laughing matter. It's not Mel's hole. No, but it's like it's a hole and something moves in it. Oh. Oh God, no, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. It was a... Anyway, yeah, it looked... It looked like it looked like something was moving inside... inside this hole. And I'm not talking about bowel movements. Anyway. Alright. But yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean... Because some people thought, is it a human looking through it? Can't say without keeping a straight face now. But it might have been... It might have been... It might have been a lizard. Oh, it might have been a lizard moving around inside this hole. Look, stop it, Kingsley, stop laughing. We've had a good laugh, a giggle. Hang on, I'm just gonna cut this video and go and get a drink of water. Back in a mo. Wait there. That's better. Drink of water. Wait, it's that flavoured water. It's got lemon and lime in it. Quite nice. Anyway, yeah. So, I don't think this wouldn't be the cave. I don't even think this was actually in the Nevada desert. Probably a different location. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna click to the next one. Then we'll go to CCTV footage. Now, there's Kenny holding his snake. Oh my god, no. Yeah, Kenny, yeah, as you can see, he was good with reptiles. I think a snake's a reptile, innit? I'm a red panda bear, but, oh, pardon me. Yeah, so he knew how to handle these deadly things out there. And this looks like it's, I'm not sure if that is the Nevada desert where he was. I mean, all deserts look the same, but that in the background reminds me of the hills around, you know, the New Mexico, where the Lincoln County Courthouse is. You know, where Billy the Kid escaped years ago, the cowboy, the outlaw, my hero. But yeah, anyway, yeah. I'm looking too much into things here. There's Kenny in his home. Yeah, he's got a fondness for snakes, isn't he? Anyway, oh yeah, the photo I'm going to show you now of what this person took of the M cave. I'm not sure if I've got it in my image. I'm sorry for yakking and talking and talking, but it's not in there. I'll just add it to me photo library then, okay? Nope, not there. I have got it anyway. And hang on, I'm determined to show you. Kingsley, I have got it. It's, oh yeah, here we go. It's in this part here, amongst all these photos. Oh, it's not. Yeah. We'll come back to that in a bit then. Toby, yeah, Toby, can you try and find that photo? Thank you. Yeah, he's going to try and find it for you. But yeah, I mean, Yeah, while we're waiting for Toby to do that, I want to, show you this CCTV footage. And then I'm going to call it a wrap after I've showed you the photo of the M cave, okay? And giving you the 2 updates. Right then. I'm going to load that footage up for you now to see this CCTV footage. Is it Kenny? Anyone's guess. Now, before I actually show you this CCTV footage, I want you to know that the store that this person was breaking into was, I believe, in the Nevada desert area, around the area. And it was recorded 4 years after Kenny Veach disappeared. Kenny disappeared in 2014, and this person on this footage here, it was recorded in 2018. And it's an interesting piece. When I show you this footage, pay close attention to the man in it. I mean, he comes in through the window, he goes round the counter. As he starts to come back from around the counter again, I mean, I don't know what he does. It looks like he scratches his arse. Maybe he's got an itchy bum. I don't know. And then as he goes to go through the window, he grabs something off the counter that, I don't know, it could be an iPad or a laptop. And you know what? This footage, it was actually, I mean, a person got hold of this footage and gave it to the ABC News network. And the lady that gave it to the news network was called Debbie Veach. It's not Kenny's girlfriend because she had a different name and surname. But, could it be Kenny's sister, his mother, cousin, niece? I mean, a relative, basically. I mean, you can imagine, and I can see how she would see this footage and think, oh my god, that's Kenny. No, it didn't an episode of South Park, but I'm just saying, oh my god, it's Kenny. I can see, because if you watch Kenny's videos on his YouTube channel before he disappeared, watch how he moves and his body shape, his height. It is basically identical to the person in this video, so I could see how she would think this is Kenny. It might be Kenny, and if it is, at least we know he's okay. But it might not be Kenny. And another thing, if Kenny's been missing for 4 years at that point, the person in the footage looks clean shaven, the hair short. Unless, of course, somebody does know where Kenny is and they take him supplies, such as, like, razor blades for him to shave his face, and perhaps a pair of scissors for his hair. I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating here, but you got to take all this into account. And again, this place that this person was breaking into, I believe, was in the Nevada desert area. So it would make sense for it to be Kenny. But I'm going to show you the footage now, okay? See what you think. Because it is really, really, it's an interesting bit of footage. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you screenshots from this footage, and I'm going to compare it with a photo of Kenny. Oh, I've also got a possible photo of the M cave as well. I'll get more into that in a moment. I'm almost finished now. Sorry for going on for ages. And also a recent update. But first, let's show you this footage, okay? I'm not going to say nothing. Again, you'll see the guy come through the window. He'll go round the counter. He'll come round the counter and look like he's scratching his arse. And then he goes through the window and grabs something off the counter. And anyway, here it is. Whoever this is, it's as if they knew what they were looking for. Because they're in and out in probably less than a minute. I don't know what it is that they do behind the counter. I mean, looks like he presses a button or something. Let's have another look. See what I mean? He does something. I don't think it's a cash register or anything like that. But, like I said, it's as if, you know, they were in and out within under a minute. And so it's, to me, that tells me that they knew what they were looking for. Just seems really weird. But I'm going to just put some photos on here now, okay? I've got them in me folder. Please bear with me. Here's the photo of Kenny. Another photo here. This is from the actual footage. I'll just zoom it a minute so you can see. Another photo here, but you can't really see it as well. Too blurry. And then there's this one. This is when he's doing something by the counter. And this I want to zoom in for you to have a look. Now, where's my pen? Here we go. Right, so you got, on this photo here, you got Kenny's receding hairline, ain't you? Just there, which matches here. And you got his hair that seems to come round, which does sort of match this part here. And his hair sticks out both sides as well. Hard to draw with this bloody mouse on this, but yeah, you can't see the hair sticking out on the side properly here. But, yeah, I mean, it does look like, I mean, what's he doing? I mean, I don't know what this is. I don't know. It looks like is it like a DVD player or some form of computer equipment? Like, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But let me just come off this a minute. But you can see how it does look like Kenny though. It really, really does. I mean, it may not be him, but it might be. And like I say, I can see how Debbie would see this CCTV footage and think it's Kenny. I can definitely see why. Because it does look like him. So, that's the CCTV stuff out of the way. Here's a photo of... oh, hang on, yeah. There you go. Just so you can see it. So you can see Debbie Veach, you know, the top left corner. Debbie Veach, the source of the video footage. I mean, was it Debbie's... Did she own this store? I don't know. Did she own it? Was it her property? It's strange. And it says, mysterious break-in at Valley Business, near Sahara and Jones. Whatever Sahara and Jones are. I mean, it could be a solicitor's, I don't know. And you can see on the right, ABC 13 Action News. So, it's interesting. Let's get to the photo of the M cave. My throat's dry. Toby, make me a coffee, please. Don't know any dogs here that can do that. He's talented. Ah, Toby. Right then. My throat is as dry as the Mojave Desert. Yeah. So let me get my pen as well. So is this the M cave that Kenny found? Kenny didn't take this photo, by the way. I don't know who took this photo. But you can see how it does form, because Kenny did say the entrance looked like a large capital M. So, and again, there we go. And it goes into a point there and here. You can also say this looks like a capital M. And Kenny did say it had an entrance that made his body vibrate. Is that the entrance? And that hole, I think that hole what we was talking about earlier, it looked like something was... I'm not going to start laughing again. It looked like something was moving inside the hole, or someone looking through it. Or it could have been a lizard, or it could have been anything. You can find that footage on YouTube. I forgot what you were typing to look for now. M cave. I know somebody looking through a hole at the M cave. I don't know. Try and see what you can find. But I believe it is on there because I've seen it on there. So it should still be on there. But it's just bizarre. And why would Kenny's body vibrate? I mean, let me just get off this. Bloody hell. There we go. Yeah, so why would Kenny's body vibrate? this place is not that far from Area 51, and we all know that Area 51, people say they work on alien technology. The Men in Black that we've spoke regarding the Gary Sudbrink case, they're linked as well to Area 51 apparently. They've got dead alien bodies, aliens that are alive, UFOs, crashed UFOs. Apparently got loads at Area 51. Top secret base. In fact, I'll tell you a quick funny story. A few years ago, these two old ladies, that I think they're early to late 70s, they were driving down the road which is called the Extraterrestrial Highway, which is a really long road that goes straight down to Area 51. And when you'll get to the point on that road where it's signs, load of signage saying, do not go past this point. Well, these elderly ladies, I'm not sure if they didn't see the sign or weren't paying attention, but they went straight past it. I mean, they were literally heading for the Area 51 base. So the security of the Area 51, known as the Camo Dudes, stopped the ladies and pointed rifles at them. You can imagine that, can't you? I mean, bloody hell, I bet these two old ladies were, what's going on? But they didn't get into trouble. I think the security were really good about it. I think they even, because I've seen the footage of it, and you might still be able to find it on YouTube as well. I've seen this footage, I think it's about 8 years ago. So yeah, two old ladies in Area 51. Type something like that in on YouTube. I think one of the security guards, I don't know why they're called Camo Dudes. Pretty shit at camouflage if they are, because, I mean, they're in that white truck. Anyway, I think one of them was laughing, finding it funny what happened because of these two old ladies. Oh, bless them. But yeah, they were fine. They weren't arrested or fined, and they was turned around and sent on their way. So, yeah. But it's an interesting place. It really is. Did you hear that? Toby. Farting dog. Yeah, don't sit there looking at me with a grin on your face. Leave the bag alone. Leave the bag alone. Leave. 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 No. Stop it, Toby. He's got a bag of treats. We got him earlier today. Yeah, you can have some in a minute, okay? Go and make me coffee. Oh, you've made it? Oh, okay. Right, I'm going to get going then. So I'm going to leave some links as well in the comments section. Some various links regarding Kenny Veach and his disappearance. Can I just ask as well? Debbie Veach, if you're watching this, can you drop me an email? I mean, it'd be really interesting to hear what you've got to say about this footage. What was it, Kenny, or did you find out it was someone different? Drop me an email to kingsley@tvstar.com. That's kingsley@tvstar.com. And yeah, it'd be interesting to hear from you. Oh, the update as well. Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, some human remains apparently were found in the area where Kenny Veach went missing. There's a few bone fragments and a skull. and it was scattered, so obviously a dead body being out in the elements, yeah, animals would feed off the body, I suppose, and thus why bones and that would be scattered. That's all I know. As soon as I have an update on this, I'll let you know straight away by doing another video, okay? Yeah. So, I mean, if it's not Kenny, it's gonna be another poor person that's passed away out there, whose family and friends have lost a loved one. But if it is Kenny, yeah, I mean, at least his family and friends can have closure. We can have closure. Kenny can be given a decent burial. And this entire mystery can be put to rest as well. But if it's not Kenny's remains, I mean, I know about 4 or 5 years ago there was 2 skeletal remains found out there, which people thought, was it Kenny? But there was 2 sets. Obviously DNA tests were done at the medical examiner's office, and yeah, they were not the remains of Kenny Veach. I think they were either both female or one female, one male. Yeah, so, and there has been quite a few number of human remains found in the Mojave Desert over the years and years and years, so, I mean, it's a huge place, it's very deadly. Lots of venomous snakes and spiders out there. I mean, it's not a place you should go if you're a beginner in hiking, unless you go out there with someone who's experienced like Kenny was. But yeah, do not go out there alone, especially if you're not experienced. And, you know, if you go out there, take a phone, take a GPS tracker, anything that could help if anything happened to you, okay? It's a dangerous place. So, yeah, I'll put the links in the description, and thank you so much for watching as well. I'm really sorry again for, you know, this being so long. I'll try and make my videos shorter, but I had so much to cover, and I hope I haven't bored you. So please, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. I haven't got that many subscribers. If only I had more subscribers. Okay, I'll cut the emotional blackmail. No. Seriously, it'd be great if you subscribed and that. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. I've put a lot of work into this. And okay. And I'll also put a link to Kenny's YouTube channel in the comments section as well for you. Okay. I'll speak to you soon then. Okay. Bye. Ta-ta.